Hi, I'm Jennifer Henry, Director of the Counseling Center at Maryville, and I just wanted to talk with each of you about different ways to get through this current coronavirus pandemic. I know that we're all dealing with a lot of change, a lot of uncertainty, and it can certainly lead to a lot of anxiety and stress and fear. So I wanted to share a few ways to take care of yourself during this time. The first one would be find trusted sources of information. As we all know, social media, different news outlets, there's tons of information out there. I would suggest whittling it down to a couple sources that you know you can trust. Recommended ones would be the CDC, the World Health Organization, and Maryville's own coronavirus site, which you can access from the maryville.edu webpage. But I think limiting down to just very few trusted sources can be helpful. I would also recommend taking some news breaks. I mean, that everywhere we hear, everything we see is about the coronavirus right now. And it can really be overwhelming and stressful. So I'd recommend maybe setting a couple times a day for maybe a half hour or however long you feel like would work for you to keep track of the news. And then all the other times I'd suggest maybe taking some breaks because it can really cause your perspective to get overwhelmed and negative and fearful, which isn't helpful. I'd suggest also focusing on what you can control. I know right now there's so much that feels out of control. At the same time, there are some things we can control. So we can control washing our hands, staying home, being there with our family and being there with them and taking care of them. We can focus on our health and try to be as healthy as possible and really focus on things that you're grateful for. I know that there's a lot going on right now that's negative. So sometimes we really have to force ourselves to look for the good. But when you do, there usually is something there that you can be grateful for. I would suggest practicing healthy coping skills. We have a wonderful website called the Virtual Relaxation Room on the Counseling Center website. If you just go to maryville.edu/relax, we have lots of meditation exercises and relaxation exercises. But really, think about something maybe you've been putting off that you've wanted to do, whether it's painting or reading a really great book series or learning to knit or taking up running or jogging or walking. This is a time when you probably have time to do those things. So you can really focus on making the best of this time through practicing some healthy coping skills and doing some things you haven't had time to do before. I'd suggest coming up with a daily routine. I know that when there's not the structure we're used to, it can be, you can feel really out of control and it can lead to depression. Definitely recommend coming up with a daily routine to give some structure to your life again, whether it's getting up at a certain time, working out at a certain time, having meals, checking in with people, but structure can help a lot. Stay connected. Stay connected with your friends, whether you're scheduling weekly FaceTime sessions or calling some family members that you haven't talked to in a long time. But really making an effort to stay connected to people will help tremendously. Lastly, seek support. You know, if you're having a really hard time and you need to talk to someone, as a Maryville student, the Counseling Center support line is available anytime, 24/7. You can call the number, write it down, it's 314-529-6630, and you can talk to a licensed counselor anytime, 24/7. You can call at 3 in the morning if you can't sleep. You can call at noon. You can call anytime. But there's always somebody to talk to because at Maryville, we truly are one team, one family. We're going to be here for each other. We're going to get through this. And I just wanted to share some ideas for how to get through this in the best way possible. Take care of yourselves.